Hello, everyone. Welcome to another day to reflect on one of the chapters of the book, The Way, the Truth, and the Life by our brother Emmanuel through the hands of Chico Xavier. And we are on chapter 79, to each one. And in the book of Acts, chapter 14, verse 10, Paul says, "Stand up on your feet." And Emmanuel goes on to clarify this verse by saying, in general, when we are incarnate in the physical world, we see only those who are disabled in body, those who have lost their corporeal balance, or those who drudge painfully along bearing heart-rending deformities. Our sight is not good enough to identify the ill in spirit, the lame in mind, or the vanquished in heart. If they were a place inhabited solely by the blind, people would end up losing interest in their eyes and would forget about them. Likewise, on the earth, where the vast majority of people are actually paralytic souls as far as virtue is concerned, there are few who can grasp the disharmony of their spiritual health or who are aware of their undisputed needs. Thus, we can see that the mission of the gospel is much more beautiful and extensive than we could ever imagine. Jesus continues to pour out his blessings every day, and the secret wonders performed in the silence of his infinite love are much greater than those that happen in Jerusalem or Galilee. Because according to the apostolic narratives, the blind and the lepers whom Jesus healed became ill again and died. The healing of the infirm, paralytic minds is far more important because it occurs with an eye on eternity. We must not lose ourselves in the illusory conclusions. Let us sharpen our hearing and remember the word of the apostle to the Gentiles. It is vital that each one of us stand up on his or her own feet because there are many people who are hoping for angel wings that do not belong to them. So let's go back to this phrase that Emmanuel says in the second to the last paragraph, the last sentence. The healing of our infirm paralytic mind is far more important because it occurs with an eye on eternity. This is very profound. When we think we're healed because we took away something or put something back together in our physical body, and we think that the healing occurred, in a way, yes. However, what sustained that illness, it's our own vibration. It's where we are vibrating in that period of time. So in order to sustain the healing, we must change our energy and the way we are perceiving and doing things around. For example, if you continue to have negative thinking, if you continue to have hatred, if you continue to have fears and all other the big emotions that comes with all the negative thinking, or vice versa, then we are more likely welcoming that illness back. So if we are working so hard in healing our bodies, let us do the same in healing, or at least trying to start to heal the infirmities in our minds, in our hearts. And how to do that? There's so many ways to do that. What we are doing tonight, it's one of them. By reading enlightening messages, by reflecting on them, by taking a moment to care for our souls. Because everything starts from within. We think that, oh, I got a virus. However, if you're susceptible for getting the virus, you will. If you're not susceptible of getting the virus, you won't. The question is, why did you get that virus? And perhaps not the other. Not that you have to analyze why the other did not get the virus, but always coming back to our own reflection, our own healing, our own path. Let's reflect on that. Why am I getting sick all the time? Why, for whatever reason, my immunity is low? It's not only the physical body that makes that happen. It's always from within. So doing this, a lot of work towards making our immunity, I would say spiritual immunity, stronger, we are more likely to sustain the healing, the temporary healing of the body. And let's analyze another sentence from this very enlightening reading. The second paragraph is very interesting because Emmanuel says, if there were a place inhabited solely by the blind, people would end up losing interest in their eyes and would forget about them. And likewise, on the earth, where the vast majority of people are actually paralytic souls as far as virtue is concerned, there are few who can grasp the disharmony of their spiritual health or who are aware of their undisputed needs. So there's two things here going on. Is that when we are healed, we no longer need one aspect of how we operate on the planet Earth, right? So let's say, if in the spiritual world we do not need the physical eyes to see one another, then we no longer need the physical eye, right? Because we see one another through vibration, through love. We don't need the physical eye to be able to perceive the person, right? The spirit next to you. On the planet Earth, though, we still need the eyes to be able to see humans, to see nature, to see the material world here on the earth. So healing the physical eye is a must. There's a need in order for you to be able to perceive this world. However, in the spiritual world, when our souls are paralytic, we also, even without the physical eye, you could end up not being able to see each other, right? Because the more we grow and expand, the more we are able to see. So bottom line is, in a physical world or in a spiritual world, even though one needs the physical eye, the other does not. But it goes back to the inward of our own spirit, which is, how paralytic am I? How am I able to heal myself so that I can see clearly, so I can see in a broader sense? So to each one chapter, it's really about standing on our feet, learning how to navigate us going inward. What do I need? What is the healing that my spirit needs in this moment? Is it to learn how to forgive and move on? Is it to learn how to deal with those big emotions and those outbursts of anger? Is it being able to have more patience towards others and even towards our own healing? Is it learning how to love more, being more gentle, being more present, being more forgiving? And that, it's not one fits all. It's really personalized. And when we focus on standing on our 2 feet, then we realize that nobody else can do that for us. We have to do it alone. But our brother Jesus is so merciful that he's always walking alongside of us. Anytime we can attune ourselves to him so that we can feel his presence. Or even imagine, if you are not able to feel his presence, but imagine that he's there with you. So then more and more you're able to experience the bliss of what it is to know that you're not alone. So let's keep walking, let's keep growing, expanding, and really standing on our feet with faith and taking advantage of all these beautiful lessons that Spiritism brings to all of us. So with that being said, let's close our eyes, thanking Master Jesus for the opportunity to show us that the true healing starts from within, and asking him to support us, to continue to support us in this healing, so that we can navigate all this sometimes turmoils and hard emotions that keep us stuck, keep us ill. Help us, Jesus Christ, to rid ourselves of all this negative thinking and to welcome positivity in our lives, starting with our breath, being so grateful to be able to breathe, to be able to experience one more day here on the planet Earth, but taking advantage of everything that we have, our physical body, the illnesses that invite us to grow and to get out of this comfort zone that sometimes we get stuck for long, long periods of time. Thank you for bringing us hope, for showing us that we don't regress, we only progress. Thank you so much, Master Jesus, for everything you give to us. Bless Kardec Radio. Bless this beautiful day. Bless our family, our friends. Bless all the people that we still don't know how to love, including ourselves. Bless the food that we eat, the water that we drink. Bless the ecosystem of the planet Earth. Let's visualize positive thinking, healing to our planet, to the nature, to the animals, to the air. Together vibrating positivity to the psychosphere around us so that it can become less dense and we can feel the presence of Jesus near us and all the good spirits that are supporting us in this journey. Thank you so much for one more day of learning, of growing, of expanding. Thank you so much. So be it. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, and we will see each other again next week. God bless.